Hello and welcome to Concordia On-Air. I'm your host Morgan.
And I'm Jacob. Coming up on today's show.
In news, Concordia's new coffee shop.
In sports, hockey recaps.
Percussion ensemble on A&E.
All that and more coming up on today's show.
This past Monday and Tuesday, 5 Concordia students showcased their directing scenes. Both directors and actors have been working very hard on preparing these scenes for performance for weeks. All of the directors are members of David Winterstein's beginning directing class.
You're deliberately distracting me from working on my magazine, aren't you?
This past Monday and Tuesday, 5 Concordia students showcased their directing scenes. Both directors and actors have been working very hard on preparing these scenes for performance for weeks. All of the directors are members of David Winterstein's beginning directing class.
Of the interaction between a director and an actor. And it's about taking some of those fundamentals of performance that students learn in a beginning acting class and then applying them from a director's standpoint, their point of view. So there's a fair amount of actor coaching that goes on in the class, where the student directors are working on how do you diagnose issues, problems within a scene, how do you communicate those to the actor, and then also the idea of taking a piece of dramatic literature and shaping it for performance.
Going back to like my acting days, I can be like, oh, I understand why my director told me to do this now or that, whereas before I was like, I'm just doing what I'm told, but now I actually understand the why.
What did you... I bit your earlobe. It was dangling right in front of my mouth. What did you want me to do? Ignore it? Miss Roshmeyer! Sophie, wait a minute! I'm sorry.
One thing that's really different, I think, is because it's a peer level and you're working with all of your peers, it's more of a learning experience even for you because they're not always sure exactly what they're doing. So you kind of have to like work along with them and help them learn. I think it's just more collaborative and more learning experience for everyone.
Well, it's definitely less intimidating having a peer as a director, so I feel like as an actor I'm more free for expression of character and do a lot of other things than I would feel if faculty were directing me.
It's just a more relaxed environment, although being on main stage with a professor is fun. It is nice with a small group just to have a couple, it's like being with a couple buddies.
Tell her I've been working under a great strain lately, that I haven't been myself.
With any of the beginning classes, the really fun thing is the learning curve, is seeing the students transforming and discovering that they do have the ability to do these things that they've never really tried before.
The most the hell with it.
Any student can audition for the directing scenes, which will appear again next fall. Now back to the hosts.
Oh, it's so cold in the studio, I can see my breath. Luckily, we have this fire here to keep us warm. It's the Christmas season. That's why we're wearing these sweaters.
Check it out. But before we start talking about Christmas spirit, we are going to talk about some things that happened last week.
Yeah, for example, jazz. There's been a lot of jazz concerts happening, 2 of them. I mean, it's more than none. And I went to both, and they were incredible. And the faculty jazz concert was last week, and that was amazing. And then there was a student jazz concert last night, and they were all incredible. They brought in strings, and it was great. So there's more jazz this year. You should all make sure to go and see that for sure. What else is going on?
Okay, well, last week we did promise you guys that the choir would be singing, but it happens that they're rehearsing. So why not do another Concordia Christmas concert reminder?
Go to the Christmas concert. That's our reminder.
For sure. It's in Memorial, and the backdrop is looking incredible. was in there the other day. And it will be Friday at 7, Saturday at 2 and 7, and Sunday at 2 o'clock. So you have a lot of opportunities.
Make sure to get your
on
tickets. Free tickets if you're a student, remember, so don't forget.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Christmas sale at the bookstore, right?
Yep. There is a Christmas sale on Friday and for sure on the 21st as well. So lots of opportunities to get things for a little bit less spendy.
Hopefully lighten your load for finals week, which is upon us very soon. So how's that going for you?
I mean, as good as it can be, I suppose.
Yeah, I know. But then right after finals, we're going to be doing Christmas break.
Christmas break.
What do you want for Christmas?
Well, world peace.
Okay. Well, what do you really want?
I would really like a camera.
I got you an iPod.
Good one.
It's here right now. Just kidding, it's not.
You shouldn't have. Oh my gosh. I got you flowers.
Oh, okay. Well, also later on in the show, we'll be, of course, we won't be leaving this semester without a craft. And we also have some interviews lined up.
3 of them.
3 of them to be
You're
specific.
in for a treat for
So.
sure. But it is our last show, unfortunately.
Of the semester.
Of the semester, so don't get fooled. We will be back in January.
All right. So is that all we've got going on? Should we move over to news?
Thanks, Jacob and Morgan. I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Jess.
And welcome to news. The Offutt School of Business is opening soon, and one of the services it will be offering is a brand new coffee shop. Concordia students have been invited to help name the coffee shop and have received a link to complete an online survey. In addition, the hours of the coffee shop will be determined by Concordia students in order to increase revenue and help the coffee shop run smoothly. The winning name of the coffee shop will be announced within the next couple weeks. Be sure to check it out.
For those of you who are part of the crazy registration and were unable to register for your Religion 100 class, don't worry. There have been an additional 100 religious class added that will be taking place at 2:40 Monday, Wednesday, Friday in room 233 in Gross Hall. The class will be taught by Dr. Ahmed Afzal. So if you want to register for this class, go to banner and put in the CRN 22252.
With only 10 days left until break, it is important for all of campus to be aware of some parking policies for Christmas break. If you plan on leaving your vehicle at Concordia over the 3-week break, please plan to move it to the MHC lot, which is just south of 12th Avenue and between 6th and 7th Street. There are 2 lots, so please do not hesitate to ask Public Services if you are parked in the correct lot. This will help out campus safety and their monitoring of Concordia when school closes for break.
If you are looking for a simple way to get some extra cash, then go down to the bookstore. Go sell your books that you will not be using this semester. And the buyback sale starts on Tuesday the 11th at 8:30 a.m. and will go on until the 14th. While at it, why don't you buy some great gifts with the Christmas sale happening?
All right, right before Thanksgiving, Concordia hosted a local farmers market from all around the Fargo-Moorhead area. Fresh produce and baked goods were available for purchase, as well as delicious samples. A great time was had by all that attended, and it's a good way to go local for the holidays. Be sure to keep an eye out for farmers markets in the near future at Concordia.
For those of you looking for a gift for a loved one, don't fret. The bookstore has the gift for you. Go down to the bookstore and buy your loved one a gift card that they can spend at the bookstore. These gift cards have to have more than $5, but they never expire, and they can be used in the main location or online at coverbookstore.com. So no more worries of what to get them. Simply get them one of these gift cards. And now with Jacob with more about basketball.
Indeed. We are joined here today by Evu Nanakwesen, who is a senior and plays for our very own Concordia basketball team. So how long have you been playing basketball other than just, of course, at the school for the last 4 years?
Well, I started back in 3rd grade, so it's been quite a while, and I just have fun doing it. So
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
And what's your position that you play?
I'm a guard, so
Okay.
I do most of the shooting out there and a lot of passing as well. So
Yeah, that's great. So how is the season going so far for the team?
right now it's going well. We've been playing some tough teams here and there, but we're liking how it's been going so far, and throughout the season we're looking to get some wins. So
How many games have you guys played so far?
so far 7.
Okay.
So
How many home games have you played?
only one.
Okay.
Only one.
All right.
So
So when's the next home game that you're playing?
actually, the next home game is Tuesday. Make sure everyone marks it on their calendar. It's against Carleton College, so that should be a great game. So.
Okay, cool. And what time is that at on Tuesday?
It's right after the girls' game. The girls play at 5:30,
Okay.
and we play at 7:30 whenever they end. So
be there, you guys. Don't forget. Okay, so I want to know a little bit more about the team. Do you guys have any like rituals or anything that you guys do to kind of get yourself in the spirit of the game?
Well, I guess when we run out there, we all get in a big circle before warm-ups, and then we choose someone to dance in the middle. So, I might go out there and, do a little Dougie or something, but, it just depends on whoever we have, So some people two-step, and it's real fun. So.
Yeah. So how about traveling? What's that like for you guys?
Yeah, we also travel with the girls' team as well. So, we just all have fun on the bus. We play cards and whatnot. It's just a great group of guys and girls, so
for sure.
It's real fun.
What are your practices mostly like? Are you guys getting whipped into shape for the season?
I mean, with Coach Glass, it's real tough. He likes to put us on the line and have us run a lot, but it's just what it is. It's basketball, so.
So, what are your plans for Christmas break?
Christmas break, I hope to be with my family. I think we're gonna get out here on the 18th. That's our last practice day. And then we get to have a couple days with the family, and that's always nice. That's always what you want to do. So.
All right, and you're from Coon Rapids, is that right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
No problem.
And don't forget to go to the game next Tuesday at 7:45, and the girls' game too. So be there at 5 and stay for both games. So
Definitely.
Thanks for joining us. And now over to sports with Ann and Brittany.
Hello, welcome to sports. I'm Brittany Davila.
And I'm Ann Beck.
The Copper wrestling team had 2 meets this past weekend against Southwest State on Saturday and Moorhead State on Sunday. Unfortunately, even a crowd-pleasing reversal spin from senior Justin Coleman couldn't keep Concordia from escaping a second straight narrow defeat against the Mustangs on Saturday. The Cobbers were able to come out on top Sunday against the Dragons, though. Senior Kevin Fleinbo recorded the Cobbers' only top 3 finish at the highly competitive Invitational. Nice job, boys. Good luck next week against St. Cloud State.
The men's basketball team played 2 hard-fought games in the last few days. On Saturday, the guys played against Augsburg and Minneapolis and came up just short, losing 81-76. Despite the loss, the Cobbers played an impressive game. Senior guard Abo Nanaquason put up an astounding 26 points for the night. Other large contributors were sophomores Scott Flotterud and Grant Lindahl. On Monday, the Cobbers traveled to St. Paul to take on St. Thomas and lost 93-64. Senior DeJuan McKenzie contributed 16 points to the game. Their next game is on Tuesday at home against Carleton. Good luck.
The women's basketball team was able to snag a 1-point victory over Augsburg in Minneapolis on Saturday. They were able to survive a late-game frantic rally from Augsburg and held on to defeat the Augies 61-60. Junior Alexandra Lippert was Concordia's star athlete, scoring 16 points and 6 straight rebounds. The women weren't able to keep up the momentum on Monday, however, and faced a 65-53 loss against St. Thomas. Hopefully, they'll be able to step up their game on Saturday as they face St. Catherine in Minneapolis.
The women's hockey team played a 2-game set at home against St. Thomas last weekend. On Friday, the ladies came out on top, winning the game 1-0. The Knights' lone goal was scored in the second period by freshman Jordan Philippi, with the assist from Madison Gendreau and Hannah Johnston. On Saturday, the Cobbers unfortunately came up a bit short, losing to the Tommies 3-1. The Concordia goal was scored in the first period by junior Abby Taff with an assist by Becca Wright. Their next game will be on December 31st against Bowdoin and Eden Prairie. Good luck.
The swimming and diving team faced off against the University of Minnesota Morris on Saturday, where 2 first-year students stood out among the rest at the meet. Freshman Jana Hedstrom won both the 1-meter and 3-meter diving event, while freshman Jordan Olson raced to a 2:19 in the 200-yard freestyle to post her career best time. Senior Cindy Moss qualified for the MIAC meet in diving with a score of 151.42 in the 1-meter competition. Unfortunately, the Cobbers were not able to secure on the overall victory against the Cougars. The Cobbers now face a month break before their next meet in January.
The Concordia men's hockey team took on St. Thomas last weekend. On Friday, the Cobbers came up a bit short, losing the game 4-2. Goals came in the first and third periods by freshman Jordy Bancroft and senior Ben Payne, respectively. The Knights' assists were contributed by Dan Hrabowicz, Tucker Coburn, and Michael Benedict. On Saturday, the Cobbers came back with a vengeance, beating the Tommies 4-1. Junior Dave Velich brought in a first-period goal with an assist by Chris Williamson. He, along with Bancroft, assisted junior Hrabowicz's second-period goal as well. Sophomore Andrew Dieters brought in 2 goals, one in the second and one in the third period. The guys will play at home against Northland College on December 15th, so be sure to get out there and show your support before heading home for winter break. Now, let's take it back over to Morgan, who has an interview with Kaya Lundy.
And we are back with yet another interview. What a special treat. We are here with senior Kaya Lundy. And what do you do here at Concordia?
Well, I'm involved in a couple different things on campus. I'm an RA. I was an orientation leader last year. I was on Concordia On-Air when I was a sophomore. And I'm involved by working at different places. I work at admissions and I work at the Career Center. And then sometimes I work at the desk in Hoyam too.
What a full plate, but I'm so glad that you're here again, back on air. And so I was reading the Concordian the other day and saw a special segment about Kaya cards. And we thought that with the Christmas spirit, it'd be a good idea to have you on here and to explain those.
Okay, so when I was 6 or 7 years old, I started making cards for my friends. And it kind of started when my mom and my dad made me make Valentine's Day cards by hand for each of my friends every single year. And it just became a tradition. I started making cards for people. And when I got to Concordia specifically, I started putting them in their mailboxes. And for me, it's just a way to spread joy to everybody. And it's not just a Christmas thing. I do it all of the year long. Yeah.
That's so great. So what do? Do you just color them and stick them in? Or?
Well, I'll tell you about the process. Pretty extensive. So first of all, I pick somebody that I'm going to make the card for, and it's usually somebody that I know. Actually, it is all the time. And sometimes what I do is it's based on if I just met the person, I like to make cards for people that I just met because I think it's really cool if the next day you find out that you have something in your mailbox and it's a person that you met the day before. So what I do is I usually use different colors and I'll write them a message, and then if there's an important word like, "You were awesome," awesome is usually bolded with a big, cool color that's different from the rest of the text. And then on the back, I always write Kaya cards, and cards is spelled with a K because that's what I started doing when I was little. Yeah, that's pretty much what I do.
That's so great. How many about do you make?
It really depends. The last 2 weeks I've kind of been slacking a little bit because I've had finals to get ready for, and we've just been pretty busy, but I try to make between 7 and 10 cards a week. And usually I just do them all at one time, or sometimes somebody did something nice for me or I want to recognize them, so I'll just stop whatever I'm doing and make them cards. It's a good way to relieve my stress.
Oh, that is just so incredible, and I'd love to hear about all of that. And why exactly do you make them today?
Well, for me, I like bringing people joy, so making them happy if they're sad, or just doing something that's unexpected. I know I love when I get something in my mailbox, and I think that other people do too. It's also a way to share Jesus with people, just by doing something that shows them that they're being loved and encouraged by others on campus. Yeah, that's fine.
That is so awesome, and I just hope that everyone can get a positive message from what Kaya does, just to spread joy and love to everyone. And just want to thank you again for coming back.
Yeah, no problem.
On air.
Thanks for inviting me.
Of course. And now over to A&E.
Thanks, guys, and welcome to A&E. I'm Kelly Thermos. One of the most underappreciated but incredibly talented musical groups on campus, the Percussion Ensemble, has been noted as one of the most outstanding percussion ensembles in the Midwest. This ensemble includes a wide variety of percussion instruments, from marimbas to bells, and plays a vast array of musical styles. Every year, they embark on a spring tour to Minnesota and both Dakotas. They have even been featured on Minnesota Public Radio and have played 5 times at the Minnesota Music Educators of America convention in the Twin Cities. Clearly, this group is talented, and you have the opportunity to hear them in concert on Monday, December 10th in Memorial Auditorium from 8 to 10 p.m. Believe me, you do not want to miss this. This past Friday, about 50 Concordia students headed to the Centrum to take part in an exciting night of Christmas-themed trivia. There were categories such as finishing the lyrics to popular Christmas songs, the Christmas picture round, and some general Christmas trivia. The winning group received $150 worth of gift cards. CEC puts on these events Friday and Saturdays to give college students an opportunity to take part in fun, community-building activities as an alternative to other Friday and Saturday night activities. Make sure to look around campus for posters advertising for the next campus run activity. With the Christmas trees up in Knutson and Christmas music blasting from just about every possible station, it's officially the holiday season. Let's take a look at the hottest selling Christmas gifts of the 2012 season. Opening up at number 5 is the Xbox 360 Connect, which is a hands-free game system where your body is the controller. Dropping in at number 4 is the Roku 2, a device that can instantly stream sports and TV shows on demand. because Americans have officially become too lazy to record their favorite shows when they're actually being aired. Entering at number 3 is a Samsung Smart LED TV, a perfect gift that seems expensive, but it actually doesn't break the bank. If you're a book lover, you'd love to receive number 2 on our list, the Kindle Fire HD, which now has Facebook and internet access, so you might not actually get around to reading an actual book. And finally, Santa might bring you the number 1 selling Christmas gift this year, the hot new smartphone, Samsung Galaxy S3. Sorry, iPhone, looks like you didn't make the cut this year. And we have a special guest on our show today with me. His name is Don Rice, and he's in a band called Pachin. Is that correct? Am I pronouncing that right?
That's right.
Pachin. So can you tell us a little bit about this band?
Yeah, this is an Irish band in the area here that's been playing for about 12 years. Those of us who were there at the beginning were joined later by some younger players and things. So we actually have an age range in the band from 23 up to about 63, actually. So.
Okay, so are you all members here at Concordia, or is it from around the
No,
Fargo area?
I'm actually the only one that works at Concordia. We have a fellow who's a photographer, another fellow who's an undertaker. Various people come from various walks of life.
Cool. Do you guys do gigs around the city then?
Yeah, we've played at many of the bars in town. The one that we play at most frequently is Dempsey's, which is the Irish theme.
And then I heard you're doing a pretty cool gig coming up. You're playing with the orchestra, is that correct?
Yeah, on Friday the 14th and Saturday the 15th, we're joining forces with the Fargo Moorhead Symphony at the Fargo Theater. And we'll be there, and there's going to be a Scottish piper there, and Santa Claus is going to be there too.
Nice. So is there any way that Concordia students can come see the band play?
Yes. I mean, they're selling tickets to everybody. I'm not quite sure how much it is for a student ticket, but you can go onto their website. You can buy the tickets online. I also heard that they're still taking volunteer ushers and ticket takers, and then you would get a free comp ticket.
Okay, and where are they playing again?
At the Fargo Theater.
Fargo Theater,
yeah.
okay. And I heard there's some other Cobber connections happening there.
Yeah, we're going to be playing mostly Celtic music, and some of the songs that they have chosen have Celtic roots, and we'll be playing along with them. Russ Peterson, who's in our music department here, is doing some of the arrangements for that. And I understand that in one of our traditional numbers, Russ Peterson and Nat Dickey and some other players are going to come up and play with us. So.
Cool. So what has been your favorite part of being in this band and the whole experience so far?
Oh, well, the band itself is just, for me, it's just a great escape. It's learning a lot about, Irish music, and which I've always been interested in, but I've learned so much more. There's so many different types of music that fit into that category. So.
And I don't know if I've asked you, but what instrument do you play in
I
this
play
band?
guitar primarily, but banjo and vocals also.
Cool. So would you recommend doing something like this to someone who's interested in trying it out?
Oh, definitely. There aren't many other Irish bands in this area. There's one or two others, but yeah, it's definitely, it's a good kind of music to learn how to play and to sit in with other players, and they'll teach you.
Cool. So how did you get started with the group, and how long ago was it?
Well, it was actually right around 9/11 that we got started. It was started by a man who was an administrator at Moorhead State, and he came here from Vermont, and he was in an Irish band there, and he advertised in the newspaper for players. And so he rehearsed people in 2s and 3s and then got everybody together, and that's how it got going.
Nice. So have you guys been rehearsing with the orchestra players so far? Or?
We're coming into that soon. We've been doing a lot of it through email and sending files back and forth and that, but we're soon going to be practicing with them on a regular basis.
And how did you get to be a part of that? Did you email them, or did they come to you?
I'm not exactly sure, but I suspect it had something to do with the fact that our fiddle player, Alex Rydell, is in the orchestra, and so that's probably how the connection got made. But
all right.
They decided they wanted to do something a little different this year.
So would you like to make any last plugs for this orchestra concert? Is it going to be cool?
Well, come on out. Yeah, I think it'll be really good, and it'll be a little bit different than your standard orchestra concert. Cool. We're a little crazy. So.
All right, well, thank you
Yeah.
so much for being on the show, and good luck at your concert.
Yep, thank you.
And now back to our hosts.
Thanks, Callie. We're here at the Craft Corner for the last time this semester, and we are bringing you some Christmas cheer with making some ornaments.
Today, I'm going to teach you how to make this sweater. I'm kidding, I'm not. I don't have that skill set yet. But today we are making ornaments. Do you want to start yours first? I suppose we didn't discuss this in detail.
Yeah.
I'll do mine. Okay, you know what? I'm going to do mine first.
You go
What
for
you're going
it.
to need for this craft, a baseball, a Sharpie, a paintbrush, and orange paint, or an orange marker if you can get your hands on one. You can find baseballs at like Baseball Diamonds or, anywhere really. So all you're
gonna go take them?
Well, or buy them from Shields or, I didn't steal this, okay? So what you're gonna do is take the baseball and you're gonna turn it so that the stitching creates like a little smile right here. And when you do that, you're gonna draw on some circles, specifically in the shape of a smile with black little dots here. Why don't you start your craft?
All right.
While I'm working on this.
So I was thinking that I just really wanted to make a Concordia ornament for myself this year to remember, give to my mom, hang on our tree or something. And so I went to Target, found a red light ornament, $2, and got some glitter glue and a Sharpie. And basically it's smooth sailing from there because you can really just make up whatever you want to put on there.
What are you making up on there is what I want to know.
I'm going to put a C and Cobbers in 2012.
Oh.
Yeah, so how's your craft
A C,
coming?
much like the Cobber logo, you might say.
Much like
One
the
might say.
Cobber logo.
All right, well, my craft is coming along great. So I've just added a mouth and 2 eyes, and I'm going to add, can you see where we're going with this? Folks, it's a snowman baseball. And then you're going to take a little orange paint and then paint on a little carrot nose. And that's all you have to do. And then maybe put a hook through it and hang it from your tree. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. Or give it as a gift to someone. Give it as a gift to your neighbor. Throw it through their window. Or put it in the mailbox.
Yeah.
Just don't throw it through their window.
I think you should just set it on their doorstep for a little fun surprise.
This is the most reckless craft I've ever done. But that's all there is to it. And you can, look, I made them both. And it took me less than a minute.
And mine took me less than 20 seconds, I'd say.
You always have to one-up me.
I'm sorry,
No, I'm
this
sorry.
is really great. Oh,
Okay. So you can do these crafts on your own very easily, and we hope that you have a wonderful Christmas time, and we hope finals week is, why am I struggling
We
so
hope
much?
that finals week is nice to you. You get all that you want for Christmas and spread some holiday cheer.
Yes.
Thank you so much
Yes.
for watching.
Thank you.